Hello, hello. Good morning. Coming at you from Anchorage, Alaska. And look what I've got next to me. The sun. The sun is shining, finally. It has been rainy since I got here on Saturday. Look at that. Isn't it just so oh my God. It has been rainy. Today is Tuesday. So I got in Saturday evening, Sunday, Monday. That's not that many days of not sunny, but you know what? I love that sunshine so much, so we're just going to look at it for just a second. Okay. So yesterday, after I did my little video, Wild Hair again, it's just the name of the game, I guess. Wow. I went to Tidal Wave Books, and I ended up getting 3 books. I got this one, The Mystery of Agatha Christie. It jumped out at me. I didn't even know what it was. That doesn't say what it is on the spine, but I just had to check it out, and then I saw it and I was like, yup. Guys, guess how much this book costed at Tidal Wave Books? Someone just walked by watching me talk to my phone. It's embarrassing. $3.50. $3.50. Go to Tidal Wave Books. Go. It's incredible. So I got that one. I got The Book of Secrets by Deepak Chopra. And as I was flipping through this one, there was, here, let's show you. There was a bookmark, which I just love when there's a bookmark in a book, left in a book. Of course, now I'm not going to be able to locate it. Where are you, bookmark? Better still be in there. I tell you guys it was in there. Where though? Maybe it fell out when I was getting checked out. Oh, found it. Phew, I was going to be so sad. So it was on this page, the epilogue page, Second Birth. And this is the bookmark. It's like a homemade, laminated, pressed leaf bookmark. Could it be any more, Brittany? Come on now. I'm going to make one of these when I get home. And on the back, it's signed Daniel Castro. So I'm going to find out who that is and let them know that I found their bookmark. But it says, this is the part that broke my heart and kind of made me I got to get this book. It's cold outside. The rain feels like it's acid. I am so tired. And I felt those words so deeply when I read them yesterday in the midst of the rainy day I was having myself. It was the first day that I felt kind of sad, and when you're alone you get a little homesick, and I was feeling it more than I thought I was, but I saw that bookmark and I was like, well, I gotta get that book. Woo! And drop it on the floor. Graceful. That one was $8.95. Still, very reasonable price for a book. And the first one that I spotted and started reading yesterday, School for Psychics. So I saw this book and immediately knew I had to have it, obviously. And then I read the back, and it says, she was born different. She learned to be extraordinary. Teddy Cannon isn't your typical 20-something woman. She's resourceful, she's bright, she's scrappy. She can also read people with uncanny precision. What she doesn't realize, she's actually psychic. And I was like, am I reading about myself? Humbly, I don't mean that, whatever, but actually earlier in the day yesterday, while I was on my weekly Zoom call with my team for work, I was describing a previous call that I had with a wholesale customer last week, and I was like, sometimes I feel like I can read people. I literally feel psychic. I can see their thoughts in their expressions. And it was so well received because I work with just the most incredible, understanding people you could ever imagine. It's such a dream work environment. But I really felt that way, like truly. I can see how people are feeling just in observing. So I saw that book, had to get it. I also brought the book that I had brought, I had brought the book that I had brought on the airplane with me called Faces in the Crowd, because I tried to read it on the airplane and I was just falling asleep. It just wasn't the book for me at this moment in time. So I sold it to Tidal Wave Books. I wanted to just give it to them, but they're like, we can't just accept free books. We have to pay you for it. And I'm like, okay. So I got a $4 store credit for that book, and in return, bought 3 more. And that was wonderful. And then from there, I had gotten a lift to go to Black Cup Coffee. And as I was waiting for the information to tell me who my Lyft driver was and all that, a girl was walking towards me from down the way with a coffee cup in her hand. And I was like, does that mean there's a coffee shop down there? And she was like, yeah, there's actually a few. So I canceled the Lyft and walked in the direction that she had been coming from, and happened upon, I think it's called Kaladi Brothers. I'm not sure. But the bookstore and the coffee shop are actually related. They're just a few shops down from each other in the same like shopping plaza. So I got a dirty chai with oat milk, and sat in there and read this book, and it was lovely. Perfect rainy day activity. And then from there, I got a lift over to Spenard Roadhouse, which I have been told has the best tots ever, which, I mean, tater tots, gotta go check them out. So I went there, had the tots. They were wonderful. I destroyed that little plate of tater tots. And it was then in that restaurant that I started to feel, people are going to walk by my window, so I'm going to come over here so they can't see me talking to my phone. It was then that I started to feel kind of like sad, like here I am sitting in this corner booth by myself, watching all these other people sit with other people. And I almost got a little teary, but I was like, get it together, Brittany. You are strong. Come on now. It's the rain. It's fine. Everything's fine. So everything is fine, and I'm fine. And as I was having that little internal chat with myself, the people who were sitting next to me left, and in walks this gentleman who just had the most lovely disposition, an older guy. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying that. And his name is Tim, and he just was sunshine in human form. He is sunshine in human form. He just was so delightful, so cheery. And as he walked in and sat right next to me, I received my giant plate of peanut butter pie. And he was like, ooh, that looks so good. And I was like, would you like some? Because it's ginormous and I should not be eating this whole piece of pie. And he is like, oh, I just came from the doctor. I shouldn't be eating that either, but I'm going to watch you eat it. And I was like, okay. And we just got to talking, and he had lived in Hawaii, in Honolulu, on Oahu, where I visited in 2021. He lived there for 26 years. He lived in San Diego. He was just such a wonderful guy. He had a Harley Davidson shirt on, which said like West Hollywood on it. So I was like, I thought you might have been or spent time in California because of your shirt. He's like, yes. He's just so lovely. So we exchanged business cards. He's actually a commercial photographer. And I got a very sweet text message from him this morning. He's just one of those people that you meet in passing when you're low and you leave them feeling high, like floating above the clouds, and just the best type of person. So thank you, Tim. If you see this, you really made my day. And it was just a wonderful encounter. I have met so many really cool people here so far. A lot of people, surprisingly, to my surprise anyway, are connected to Michigan. And I got my Detroit sweater on today from Eastern Market. I believe I got this in 2018. And it's just been one of my favorites forever. But anyways, so many people here are connected to Michigan, and so many people have people in their lives. If they are not the direct, hey, I came here from Michigan person, then their partner is, or someone they know. And it's just so cool how I came all the way to Alaska and found people who are like, yeah, we're from there too. And we came here and we stayed. And I'm like, I see why. The vibe here is so down to earth. People are so friendly. You're probably wondering, like, why is this girl only doing these videos in her little Airbnb? Well, people aren't really stuck up into their phones here like they are pretty much everywhere else. And I thoroughly appreciate that. I absolutely love that I have not seen people all up in their phones. People are genuinely enjoying themselves and enjoying each other's company and not mindlessly scrolling their precious lives away. And it's just really inspiring. The vibe here is very nice. So we've got the sun out today and for the next few days. Today, because I didn't get to go to Black Cup Coffee, I'm about to head there now. And then I'm going to go to this tea place. I think it's called Kobuk. And I think from there, it's right by Glacier Brew House, I think it's called. So I'm going to check that out for dinner like I did yesterday. And that's the plan. I'm going to work a little bit from Black Cup Coffee Cafe. And I've been working ever since I woke up much earlier. What time is it right now? 9:50. Yeah, I got up before 6 because the 4-hour time difference. And we're going to make the most of this sunshiny day. I'm actually going to put a fleece on over this sweater because it's still relatively cold. The thermostat says 64 degrees. Ooh. I'm getting used to it. I'm actually sleeping in like pants and a sweatshirt. Normally I sleep in absolutely nada, so can't do that here. I will literally turn into an ice cube, but it's kind of weird to do that when you're by yourself anyway, just in case, some random situation happens that calls for an immediate get out of here, can't get out of here in the birthday suit. That wouldn't look very good, so. Luckily, it's too cold for that here anyway, so I am fully clothed all the time. Fun. I think that is about everything that I would like to include. Oh, I talked to my Uncle Ron this morning. He called, and I was like, hey, and he's like, hey, just calling to say what's up. I was like, do you know where I am? He's like, no. And I was like, I'm in Alaska. And he's like, oh my God. That is so cool. I am so proud of you. And it just felt really good to hear that from a family member, My adventurous spirit tends to ruffle the feathers more than spread the wings, I guess you could say. Hopefully that made sense. I don't even know. But yeah, thank you, Uncle Ron. We talked for a while, and it just made me feel really happy to have someone's genuine support and encouragement. And thank you, Stacy, who has also been right there rooting for me. And yeah, it's been great. We're in the middle of the trip today, 3 days before, 3 days to go, middle of the trip. So here's to making the most of it. Talk to you soon. Thanks for being here as always. Bye.